Hello everyone and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations 2 Prosecutor's Gambit. I'm still not entirely sure what's going on, but I do know I'm finding this president a little suspicious. Yes, I know, we may not yet understand the reason why, but it can only have been one person who did it. Who does the bullet's new trajectory implicate as the one that fired the shot? Oh, I picked a weird spot to try to come back in at. Can I go take a look at the trajectory? Yeah, oh yeah, here we go. Which is wrong. Be nice if I could go back and see the trajectory. That's such a tough place to come back into. Is it him? The thing that's throwing me off is he can't turn his head to the right. But he was standing... all the people I have, that's the only person it could be.
The person who fired that shot was none other than you, Mr. Knight.
I guess it doesn't matter he couldn't, because it was to his left. What?
The path from the balloon back through the flags leads directly to the spot where you were standing.
The guy's one of the president's bodyguards. Why the heck would he go around shooting balloons?
This is absurd. What exactly are you trying to imply? That Mr. Knight, a man who has saved my life countless times, is my would-be assassin?
Seriously, Edgeworth, we put up with a lot from you, but this... We're President Wang's bodyguards. We're the pieces put on the board to protect the king.
I'll handle this, Knight.
Yeah, sorry, sir.
Mr. Edgeworth, the wind was indeed blowing quite fiercely around the time of my speech, but the wind can pick up and die away in an instant, can it not? Therefore, I need proof that it was blowing hard enough to lift the flags during the crucial moment.
Oh. Her shot was fired right around the time the president raised his fist. I have a piece of evidence that shows just that. Perhaps it can also show us what was happening with the flag then, too. Yeah, where was it? Isn't that it right there? Yeah, there it is.
Take that! Your proof is in this picture right here.
This should be good. Which picture? Where?
We can see which way the flag was really blowing right here. Well, do you deny that it clearly shows the flag? There we have it, proof that it was blowing towards you at the moment of the shooting.
So that means our pal over there did shoot the balloon. Making him the assassin? I don't think so. That doesn't make... because if he's shooting in that direction, that wouldn't be aimed at the president.
Mr. Knight is not the assassin. He may have shot the balloon, but the president was on the other side of him entirely. Therefore, he can't have been aiming at his boss.
Yeah, besides, why would I even shoot the balloon? What would be the point? Watch how you answer. I might aim for something else next. There was a point, I'm sure of it. If I can figure out what it was, perhaps I can finally put this whole conundrum to rest. Knight definitely shot the balloon. Revised trajectory data shows that Knight shot the right side balloon. That fact alone changes everything about the case. Oh, crap. Interesting, so he's moved to the right side of the stage. Would be... right? Why did Knight's assigned position change? Told you I can't turn my neck to the right. Could only cover the president's left side, so I wound up moving to the right side of the stage. But is that the only reason? Let's suppose the plan hadn't changed, that Knight had remained posted on the left side. Given that he was unable to turn his head to the right, would he even have been able to shoot the balloon closest to him? Could it be that the security plan was changed for the express purpose of popping one of the balloons? There we go. And if we suppose that to be the case, the two plans are different.
The two plans are different. Was the security detail reorganized at some point?
Yeah, we made some last-minute changes yesterday. President's orders.
So he ordered it. That's right, the president was the one who ordered the change. So Knight could pop the balloon. Well, if I'm reading things right, the president knew in advance about the balloon shooting, which means he must have had foreknowledge he would be in someone's crosshairs today as well. And if that's true, then everything else that's been bothering me falls neatly into place. How did the shooter get a gun past such heavy security? And why would they then carry out the shooting wearing such a conspicuous item of clothing? Why use a laser sight that would give away their location in an instant? And how did the president suffer no injuries at all despite a direct hit to his vest? These are the questions that Knight and the president don't want us to consider.
There is only one possible reason for Mr. Knight to have fired his gun. To create the illusion of an assassination attempt.
What? There we go.
Idiot, you do understand what you're saying.
I understand all too well. I understand everything now.
So is the idea then to kill, what was the name, Rook?
Most of all, I understand why you're so keen to take this investigation off my hands, Mr. President. You wanted your real plans to remain hidden.
How dare you speak to me that way? Is this some sort of sick joke?
No, it's no joke, I assure you. It is simply the truth as revealed by the careful application of logic and reasoning, nothing more. The first shot was fired by Mr. Knight with the specific intention of hitting that balloon. The sound of the gunfire and the bursting of the balloon were guaranteed to cause panic. And then he fired again.
He did?
Yes, he fired 2 bullets, both of which were aimed at the balloon. As for why he did so, it's because the second shot was designed to create the impression that the president had been hit.
So then what's the deal with the one in the vest?
I'm willing to bet that the bullet was planted there long before the shooting ever occurred.
There we go. So Mr. Heroic President didn't take a bullet after all?
That's not true. I was shot, I tell you.
We'll be able to verify that for ourselves once we take a closer look at the bullet. At the very least, we can expect to find traces of Mr. Rick's blood on it, correct?
But you said it yourself. You found the shooter in the photograph, the person with the red hood.
I thought I made myself clear. The trajectory points to only one possible shooter, Mr. Knight.
Then where does Tabby fit into all this?
She was simply one part of their plan. In order to place the suspicion elsewhere, they set about creating a fake assassin.
highly suspicious person with the red hood.
I've yet to ascertain exactly how complicit Miss Lloyd was in the whole scheme, but I can say with some confidence that none of the shots were fired by her. I suspect her only job was to point a laser sight at the president.
That's right. Then I was...
Tasked with turning your jacket inside out the moment the crowd flew into a panic, yes, thus making the mysterious red-hooded shooter disappear in the blink of an eye. Then, when the gun and security plan were later found in the trash can, it would have all appeared to have been the work of an assassin so skilled they could vanish into thin air.
But then the case would have gone cold.
Exactly what our friends here were hoping for.
Makes sense now why they wanted you off the case.
Indeed, because the entire affair was a cheap ruse perpetrated by the president himself.
I'm gonna let him take it from here. Presidential mask is well and truly slipped.
Admit it, the entire assassination was a lie, wasn't it?
That stupid chief prosecutor hadn't insisted on assigning you. How could I let this happen?
Objection!
That's enough, Edgeworth.
Mr. Knight.
Sorry, but I'm speaking with the president right now.
Yeah, well, I'm doing my job as a knight and protecting my king. So go ahead, keep running your mouth.
Perhaps it would be better if we stuck to threatening each other with words.
He wouldn't, would he?
Nah, I don't need this thing to shut you up. Alright, my move. Question. You claim I fired my gun from on stage. How do you figure I did that in front of a crowd of thousands?
Excellent point. Time for my counter move, I suppose. You had a certain something that allowed you to conceal your actions.
A certain something, huh? Mighty specific.
What did Knight use to hide its actions from the crowd? That would be... Oop, where? Oop.
My attache case.
Yes, take a look at his photograph.
Yep.
Your right hand is completely obscured by the case. At the very moment this picture is taken, you were firing your gun. And in such a way that you wouldn't be detected.
Objection!
You don't like to let the facts get in the way of a good theory, do you, Edgeworth? Shame you don't seem to have noticed.
Notice what?
That theories are all you have, conjectures, nothing more. The flag was billowing in the wind at precisely the right moment. I hid my gun with my attache case. We changed the security plan because I couldn't turn my head. It's all just speculation, circumstantial evidence at best. You can't prove any of it. If you at least had the bullet that burst the balloon, you might have a scrap of credibility. Imagine, you could have run forensics to see if it matched my gun. But no, that bullet is at the bottom of the lake. You gonna go dredge it up?
I hate to say it, but he's right. I don't have anything concrete.
I thought not. Maybe now you can shut your mouth.
Miss Lloyd.
Of course, she could shed some light on this whole situation. I just need to get her to talk.
What's the matter? Something you want to say, Miss Journalist?
No, never mind.
That's what I thought.
Miss Lloyd. I need you to be brave. If you don't speak up, the truth will be lost forever. You are a journalist after all, are you not?
Dang it, I can't stay quiet any longer.
Hey, you understand what you're doing, right? I'd think carefully before opening that mouth of yours.
I was so focused on bagging me a scoop, I forgot the most important thing of all. Real journalists don't lie. Ain't no dang scoop if it ain't the truth. I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I should have showed you this before. A laser pointer.
What is it?
It's the laser pointer I used on the president. But that's all I done. I never shot nobody.
You stupid. I thought I told you. You squeal and you go down as an accomplice.
Hey, it was him. He told me to do it. I was at Jingfa's embassy sifting out a story like I told you. This was 3 days back. He comes up to me out of the blue, just starts talking. Help me out and I'll get you exclusive access to the president. That kind of stuff.
But what about the gun in the trash can?
That I don't know nothing about, I swear it. All he told me was to wear a jacket with a red hood and to point that there pointer at the president. I never thought for a minute it'd blow up in my face so bad. I'm sorry. Truly I am.
No, thank you, Miss Lloyd. I'd like you to testify to that effect when this goes to trial. It ought to go a long way towards proving that the assassination was a sham.
Yeah, what's wrong with you people? Don't any of you know what's good for you?
My sympathies, Mr. Knight. Had you successfully removed me from this case as you'd intended, perhaps you could have kept your pawn quiet.
Nyeh.
Did he just almost shoot himself in the head? So let me get this straight. You told Tabby, if you let slip about our fake assassination plot, we'll have you convicted for murder? Or something like that? Of all the dirty...
I said no such thing.
President Wang?
Give it up, Knight. It's time we came clean. It's our only choice.
So, Mr. President, you admit it. You admit that there was a plot to fake an assassination attempt?
I do. I'm sorry.
But why? Why do something like that?
My popularity's been on the wane back home. I thought surviving an attempt on my life might give me the boost I needed. I know what we did was wrong, so yes, it was all lies, all of it.
The bullet in the vest.
It was planted ahead of time. I wasn't hit by anything today.
Also planted ahead of time, okay. But then, what was up with the killer?
My plan got out somehow. And then he just appeared, hell-bent on turning our fake assassination into a real one.
Hence the red raincoat, I suppose. He'd hoped to get in close enough as the fake assassin to finish the job.
There's one thing I don't understand, though.
No, what'd that be?
Why did Rook have to die? The whole thing was fake. How'd he wind up getting killed for real?
It's true, and therein lies the real question.
He was a fine bodyguard, the best, in fact. He may not have been a native of Jingfa, but he was someone I could fully trust.
Oh. Mr. Rook must have really been something to gain the trust of someone who'd hide from his own shadow. Sounds like he was as trustworthy to the president as I am to you, huh, sir? Yeah, let's go with that. I believe that's for me to say, detective, not you.
Mr. Rook must have known about the plan too, then, correct?
He wasn't aware of any specific details, so not really. I tried to involve him, but he refused.
You would have done well to listen to him.
This is a tragedy. Life of a good man has been wasted. What was so great about him anyway?
Gotten into him.
He was just another piece on the board, there to protect you, nothing more. Mr. Knight, how could you? Who was it that actually went along with your plan, Mr. President? Well, that pious coward backed down when you needed him to step up the most. I value your support too, of course, but... Look, I'm your chief bodyguard now, that's all that matters. And now that spineless fool Rook is gone, things are gonna change around here. Thanks to me, genius strategist, grandmaster, rightful leader of this team.
Geez, I wonder where this is going.
You're all well aware of your ambitions, Knight, but doesn't this seem a little imprudent to you? Why, my plan this time was perfect, as they always are, and as they always will be.
That's quite a statement, especially considering that your perfect plan was an abject failure.
Yeah, no thanks to you and that buffoon Rook.
How exactly was it Mr. Rook's fault?
If he hadn't died, the killer would have never come after me, and I wouldn't have had to let you on this plane. Please, Mr. Knight, you mustn't talk like that. Fine, the guy died protecting you, Mr. President. I'm sure that's just what he always wanted.
But did he die protecting the president? Wait, I thought the whole assassination thing was fake.
Ah, come on, do I have to say everything twice? We planned a fake assassination, but somebody else came along and tried to make it real. 2 shots were fired, remember? Like you said, Edgeworth, one of them was the bullet I shot through that balloon.
Well, that's already a lie.
But the second, that was me. Lie.
No, really, then who did fire it?
The real assassin, but not the killer. His plan was to come after the president with a knife. No, the most likely suspect here is the piece cowering quietly in the corner. Our lily white queen over there.
What? That seems unlikely. Miss Lloyd? Again with this, I'm not your danged assassin.
And is that really true? I, for one, don't believe it. The gun in the trash can, it can only belong to you.
Knight's Gambit. Alright, I know this is a little shorter one. We'll pick this up in the next episode because I have a feeling we're getting to the bottom of this. Hope you're still enjoying this. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.